92, 420 a gallon. Mopar. All right, YouTube. How's it going? Jason Andrews, the All-American Driver. And this episode is dedicated to Curtis. 8 lug, he has a crazy GT350 that no longer has any portion of its factory suspension, from what I understand, okay? And he's like one of the fastest cars in the country on track. And before he like made this huge suspension swap, he did the M&M caster plates. And so when he took them off, he gave them to me. So today, we are driving all the way over to Seattle to a place called Brad's Custom Auto, where apparently he can give me the secret sauce alignment. Apparently the car is going to handle like night and day different, like seconds faster on the track. So super pumped. The later GT350Rs, they came from the factory with you know, caster plates that you could install, camber plates, caster plates, whatever, that you could install. But like the earlier ones, 15, 16, 17, and I think 18, they did not come with those plates. So this is almost like kind of taking it up to like a factory, you know, 2019, 2020 R, because of the aggressiveness that you can set the alignment. So anyways, I'm just super excited. You know, obviously the car's running perfect. You know, I got 4,000 miles on it. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Good morning. Welcome.
Dang. Never been on this side of the seat before.
You remember this car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we actually picked up Kai's GTR, and he got this like really cool, he blacked out all the chrome.
Murdered out.
Murdered out. Anyways, we made it to Brad's Custom Auto. So I'm gonna go in and talk to Brad and just drop off the car and basically pick it up as a race car, hopefully. Okay, so in an unplanned sequence of events, we're here kind of messing around. Kai might be looking at another truck. More to come on that, maybe. But we're gonna take this for a drive. I've actually never driven a 500 before, so I'm actually pretty excited to see what this feels like. You know, it's funny, my R is at the shop right now getting a track alignment, and I'm here test driving a new car. Obviously I'm not that interested, I think, in buying one, but I definitely want to drive one, and since we have the option, we're gonna take it. This is definitely a cross plane crank.
Ah.
Not a flat plane.
Sounds very similar though.
It's not as raspy. Will you hold the camera? So you've already driven, right?
Yeah, I've driven my buddies, and I've driven oh, sorry. I've driven one at a dealership.
So 8 miles on this thing. And they're letting us drive it, Kai. 8 miles. Full tank of gas though. What do you say? It's pretty fast.
That sound, man. It's setting off alarms.
We set off an alarm here. This is tracks straight, you know. Obviously, yeah. Like we're losing a little bit of traction here. I mean, way faster than the R.
This thing moves. It sounds good.
It sounds good, yeah. And the shifts are very fast.
Yeah.
The shifts are very fast. Maybe it's just about like the style of driving. Like if you're driving slow, the shifts are gonna kind of be slow.
It puts a smile on your face.
It's pretty gnarly.
That's
yeah.
for sure.
No.
That's for sure.
This is it's fast.
Every time you accelerate,
Wow.
your grin just gets bigger.
Yeah. Well, it just seems like to be honest, I don't even know if I've gone foot to the floor yet. Like
I don't think you have.
We're just rolling in.
Yeah.
We're finding traction, but the car is just rolling out straight and pretty fast. I mean, fast. Huh. Yeah, pretty impressed. I mean, good job, Ford.
What do you think? This or the Hellcat? You've driven a Hellcat before.
Yeah,
right?
I've driven a Hellcat, a red eye. It's hard to say. That thing in a straight line is very fast too. Handling wise though, you can feel this thing feels much lighter and more responsive. I mean, there's no doubt about that. No doubt.
Like I think there's a more of a rawness to your GT350. Definitely sounds different.
The R sounds better for sure. But does it really matter when you have this much power? You know, I don't know.
I think it's the seat is what it is. I like the seats in the R better. Holy right. Dude, this thing is fast, man.
It's fast. It's fast. And like I said, it's the solid S550 platform that just tracks straight. You know, like every time we mash on it, you feel like a little bit it's pushing out, but
and then it comes right back.
The car is just going straight. Very easy to drive.
It sounds great when you're hammering it, I'll tell you
Sounds
that.
good. I'm not hearing like supercharger whine really from in here. We have the windows up. So if that's something you're looking for. Okay, so if we hold both paddles. Yeah, okay. So
okay, that's cool.
It's very nice. I would say, yeah. It drives great. It's fast. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is. Yeah. You would really have to get this thing on track to really be able to compare it to the R, you know. It's too bad these guys are selling this thing at $20,000 over MSRP.
Is it 20 or 10? Oh God, 20. You're right.
20,000 over MSRP.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that.
20,000. Do I need to press the brake to engage?
Because for 20,000 more, I'd buy the carbon edition.
Yeah, at MSRP, 20K more.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're getting the carbon. So Kai is thinking about trading in his Raptor, and you know his Raptor's like one of my favorite Raptors basically on Instagram, and he's thinking about trading it in for a Saleen Raptor. Really nice.
There's like food and dirt and junk all over.
Oh really?
It is brand new?
Yeah, it is brand new. Yeah, I believe they.
I think somebody demoed it.
Yeah.
You can tell all the foot spots and stuff. How many miles is that?
1,000.
Okay, so the dealer demoed it.
Yeah. So it was like 1.7, I think. It didn't tell me that it was, so I can double check why.
Did they already put the supercharger on this?
I believe so. I believe this
Pop
one
the
does
hood.
have it already.
No.
No. It's, I believe it is included in the price, then that's what it was.
And what's the turnaround time for that? Do you know?
I know it's only like, it takes a day for them to do it. They just have to get it in there. but once it's in there, it takes a bit.
And so this is just a Coyote motor, right? This is a 5.0?
I don't know if it's a Coyote though.
It looks like the GT350 manifold.
I know it does. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, sure.
I would do an exhaust on it immediately. You already know that. Yeah, there's really nothing right now.
A little more than the EcoBoost, though.
Yeah, of course.
But not as much as the 6.2 with the Course
this
Extreme.
This one has the upgraded self-parking.
What does that mean?
A lot of the newer Platinum, because this is a Lariat, so it has the self-parking. Like you'll find a parking spot and you just press it and let go and it parks itself.
Oh.
So it sounds good, but I'll tell you what, this suspension is very rigid.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way.
It's
like
tight,
it's
really
very
tight.
responsive. You got to drive it on the way back. Bro, that sounds good. That's the thing that our Raptor is missing, right?
Hey, I just got rid of my good sounding Raptor, okay? Don't make me regret it, right?
So this is the only thing I have to say. 10 speed, but no paddle shift.
Honestly though, how often are you using the paddles?
I never use it.
Never.
I've never used mine.
I've only had my Gen 2 a couple days, but I try to use them, but
there's just too many.
There's too many gears, yeah. You'd really have to be in a situation that it just like you only wanted to go into like second gear or something. Like, I don't know, I haven't been in that situation.
It's right here. It's plus or minus.
Well,
right
sure,
here.
we have that too.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to spin and do donuts and shit, you want paddles up there.
Well, or you're trying to downshift because you want to hear your throaty V8.
Yeah.
Right? Downshift. Really nothing when there's a... I mean, it's no slouch, but it's not fast.
It's not fast.
My Raptor is faster. But look at this, man. I'm telling you. I'm confident with this thing, like the suspension wise.
Huh.
We just gotta hit a few curbs with it and see how it responds. You know how I test out my Raptor. Oh yeah, see the downshift?
Yeah.
That is nice. Let's see how this feels.
If there's one thing I've learned about Kai, it's that we test drive over curbs.
Yeah, I mean,
You can never one-up him. You can never you get a GT350, he gets a 350. You get an R, he gets an R. Then he sells the R, buys a supercar. Then you buy a Raptor, and then he sells it for
I'm not trying to one-up anybody.
Saleen Raptor.
I just get bored. I get bored.
He is a very expensive friend.
I didn't feel that.
Feels fine.
Yeah. You want to drive it?
I don't care.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Yeah, you should.
I need to drive it? I'll drive it.
Oh yeah,
fine, I'll drive it. Yeah, we're definitely feeling more of the road here. Where it's
it's stiff.
It's stiffer.
Can you change the suspension too? Is there a...
I got no modes.
No modes, huh?
I got no modes.
Oh look, it does have downhill assist and all that too. But you gotta admit, this thing sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Woo! I mean, imagine that with the supercharger.
See, and that's where you could potentially get really excited about. Right now, don't get me wrong, the suspension feels nice. Steering feels
The brakes
nice.
is really nice. You can tell the difference in the bigger brakes in the front.
Feels heavier. I mean, this is a Raptor, right? It started life as a Raptor.
I'm not sure because they completely tore this thing apart, and I mean the suspension's all upgraded. All the A-arms are upgraded.
I wonder if this is heavier than the Raptor.
The rear what is it? The leaf spring's obviously upgraded. It's got way bigger bump stops, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
to be honest, I'm just gonna say it right now. My Gen 1 Raptor was faster.
Your Gen 1 Raptor is faster?
My Gen 1 Raptor is faster than this truck.
Yeah.
Now, but like I said, it really matters. You just have to imagine when you buy this truck, you're getting the
supercharger.
A Roush blower, right?
Yeah.
Or Saleen
Yes.
supercharger. So it's hard to imagine, you know, like what, probably another 200 horsepower.
Yeah, the guy said like another 280 horsepower. That's gonna be fast.
Yeah, so right now you're just driving, you know, basically you're driving, even in it as it sits right now, it's like a pretty unique thing. You know,
it does handle better.
You think it handles better than the Raptor?
it's way stiffer.
It's stiffer, but I don't think the front end doesn't feel as
and I think those A-arms, because they upgraded all the A-arms and everything up front too, I think that has to do with it too.
Yeah, probably.
Changes the dynamic of the, you know, the joints, and
it feels stiffer. I wish
there was modes.
Yeah, I can't adjust my steering at all like we can on the Raptor. You know, there are no modes that I see. You know, it's almost like you're taking a step back in technology coming to this truck, but then you got the parking thing, so it's like weird. You have some better things and then some worse things.
Yeah.
You have a heated wheel? Probably.
Yep. Yeah, heated steering wheel. I saw that.
Oh my.
No heated.
Oh my.
Oh, it's because Saleen changed the whole wheel. Look. You notice how it's thinner? It's thinner. Yeah. So no heated steering wheel.
Can you live without one?
I actually don't care for mine.
You don't?
Every time I jump in my truck, if I cold start my truck, it stays on.
Yeah.
I hate it. I turn it off.
Oh, I like it.
It feels like somebody's been holding my hands.
And you don't like that. See, I do like that. You know, it's like my truck has its own personality.
Somebody's a little bit on the needy side.
Yeah, I don't know. It's big and massive and kind of loud. It feels like to be honest, it really feels like a new Gen 1 Raptor right now. That's honestly what it feels like.
Okay.
Because you rode briefly in my Gen 1.
Yes.
I mean, that one was obviously louder.
Yeah.
Sounded great. You know, sounded great.
But out of the factory with a factory exhaust on here, it's pretty.
It sounds really good. Yeah. For how it sits right now.
And I wonder how much louder it's gonna get with the supercharger on there.
It feels like a first gen Raptor that's been upgraded. I don't know. I like it. It doesn't feel as sporty as the Gen 2. It doesn't feel as light, it doesn't feel as nimble, and the steering is stiffer and a little bit heavier. Which for my Raptor, the second gen, that's something I really like, is the steering feel of this Gen 2 Raptor.
It's funny, I'm the other way around because I'm always smashing it around. I kind of like the stiffer feel better.
Okay, yeah.
Just because on the street it's not as, you know, it doesn't body roll as much. But you know, obviously I just went over curb to kind of see how forgiving that is, and it was fine going over curbs.
I could barely tell. Like it didn't upset the truck at all. Yeah. How much is this thing?
100 grand.
100 grand.
100K.
You know, it's just crazy. You know, just a couple of jokers like us. But if we roll up in an AMG GTR, we can test drive anything on the lot.
Always.
It's insane. It's insane. You know. So I think it's safe to say I'm in good hands here at Brad's Custom Auto. There are just some really crazy Mustangs here. Okay, so just a quick update on the alignment. I've been driving the car about an hour, and I will say it rides flatter and it doesn't tramline like nearly as bad. I'd say like 90. Actually, driving in the crazy bad streets of Seattle, which if you've driven here, you know they're full of like ruts and potholes. This thing didn't tramline once. It drives straight, it drives flat. When I get home, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys my alignment settings and specs, because you guys are probably into that. But we actually did more than just the alignment. We did. I know this is like beginner mod number one, okay, but we finally threw a Ford Performance catch can on the passenger side, and we also did adjustable front and rear sway bar end links. So those of you who track your cars often probably know that the fronts like have potential to break. They're not that strong from the factory. But also more important than that, because they're adjustable, I think you're able to like balance out the car, 0.001% better than the factory non-adjustable ones. Because if there's like pressure on one of them, then the other one is like slightly compressed, and vice versa. So these things are adjustable, and they were able to like get a zero balance on the end link. So anyways, I kind of wasn't expecting that, but they had them in stock, and it's definitely kind of a recommended mod. So you would have to like get this car on track to like really feel the difference. But I'll say straight away, the car drives straight and it doesn't tramline. So I don't know. I mean, take that for what it is. Like the alignment specs for these GT350s from the factory are all over the place. I think that the tolerances like from like within standards is a pretty wide range, but you really want that like dialed in kind of in the middle. I even know somebody who bought a GT350 in R, went to the alignment rack. It was so far out of specs, he got Ford to pay for his alignment like after the fact, right? So anyways, that'll probably tell you something about, these cars have big tires, yes. They tramline, yes. But I think the alignment is like just as important, right? So anyway, so far so like really happy. The guys at Brad's Custom Auto, if you guys have like a Mustang or a Corvette or probably any type of custom little projects, those guys are like, they are race car drivers who are mechanics. They know everything. Everyone I talk to there, they taught me something, and I really appreciate that. Kind of being able to ask questions, take a couple pictures, have stuff explained to me, because I don't know everything, but I do enjoy like that knowledge. Maybe I'm not the one turning the wrench, but I actually really do kind of enjoy that. Okay, well, hey, we're back home, and geez, we did a lot today, right? We did a lot. So before I forget, the sway bar end links that I did were full tilt. That's the brand. I just assume that because Brad carries them that's like the brand to get, but I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Okay, so real quick, the my specs for how I set the car up, I have them right here. We are running about 1.5 camber in the rear and about 1.85 camber in the front. So almost -2, sorry, negative. So almost -2 in the front and about -1.5 in the rear. And that's pretty close to what Ford wants. It's a little bit more aggressive. I have the factory specs here from Ford. It's a little bit more aggressive, but these guys are like Mustang racing experts, so I totally trust them, and I'm sure that when we get the car on track, it's going to handle better than it ever has, right? So I'm super excited about that. But geez, what a crazy day, right? Drove the GT500. I'll tell you what, I want one. I don't want it more than the GT350R though. So I'm probably not gonna get one, but very impressed, you know, just, I mean, the thing just scoots, you know. I'm almost starting to think now, like, that much horsepower, it might be too much for a manual transmission. Like, that car is so fast because obviously it has like, whatever, over 700 horsepower, but it's also so fast because of the transmission, that DCT. Like, when you're in it, it's just like, bah, 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 bah. It's like, geez. And it's just getting faster and faster and faster. You're just running out of street, you know? So, I mean, that would be crazy fun to take on track. I don't know anybody who has one that I could track it, but I mean, I can just imagine how fun that would be. And I would love to, like, pair it against this thing on track and really see, like, because I think there are some tracks where this thing is still like running faster time. So, you know, weight to power is a big advantage, I think, for the GT350R. But just having that much power, you know, was a lot of fun. And I'm sure from the footage you guys can see, like, I was loving life, like, once we kind of started to get into it, you know. And then the other kind of wild card there is we took that truck for a spin. That was a Saleen Raptor. Now, I don't know too much about it. It looked like it had, you know, ADD, you know, some suspension work done, you know, beefy control arms, and you know, huge Fox bypass shocks, and, you know, obviously, you know, had bumpers and lights and things like that. But the kicker, I mean, it's a Coyote motor in that thing, and if you buy it, they actually put an Edelbrock supercharger on there that takes it up over 700 horsepower with a factory warranty, right? So I thought that the truck looked kind of slick. You know, I'm not really looking for a new truck, but what do you guys think? Like, I think that thing started life out as a Raptor. I honestly, I don't know. You know, it's got like the one-piece fenders, so that kind of throws me for a curveball. It doesn't have any driving modes. It doesn't have, you know, heated steering wheel, but it has heated seats. So there are like some kind of quirks that it has, or that it doesn't have, you know, that makes me think like, okay, maybe this is just like a really beefed up F-150, you know, with wide fenders on it. But it also could be like a legitimate Saleen Raptor. They want like 100K for it. What do you guys think? Like, not for me, but just in general, would you guys, is that like, you know, like, I honestly, I look at the Shelby Raptor, and I was talking to Kai about it, and it's just like, it's so big and like obnoxious looking. Like, I'm just not into it at all, you know. But I thought that the Saleen truck looked like pretty sleek, and the fact that it has a supercharged V8 in it with the 10-speed was kind of fun. You know, we hopped over some curves. I have no problem with it, you know. So anyways, what do you guys think about that? Is that like a gimmick, you know, just like an upsell gimmick, or is that like a legitimate do-it-all crazy truck? You know, I would be interested to hear it, and I think Kai would also. So, oh yeah, last but not least, so I went for a ride today in Kai's AMG GTR, and I have ridden in it briefly, you know, just like around parking lots before. And that thing was so fast it turned my stomach. I haven't been in something that fast since I've ridden in my buddy Gus's twin turbo Gen 2 Viper. So, you know, that thing is, the AMG is tuned, it has downpipes. I think it's making like in the mid 600s or so to the tire. It doesn't weigh that much, and it's got a fast DCT transmission. Let me just say, like, I was like having trouble breathing, like in between stoplights, right? So anyways, I might try to ask Kai if I can do a full review on that car, because I think it would just be a blast, you know, to kind of take it easy, but really kind of feel, you know, what a supercar has to offer, because that was kind of totally new for me. Anyways, I know this video was a little bit out of the ordinary. It was a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Jason Andrews, the All-American Driver. I'll see you guys in the next episode.